this is Brian with ActiveMelody.com. In this week's micro lesson, we're going to learn a fun and easy little blues rhythm that works great on an acoustic or electric guitar. If you need to download the tab for this lesson, go to ActiveMelody.com/micro and do a search for ML039. And while you're there, take a look at all the other micro lessons that I've created. Alright, so I'm doing this in the key of A minor. So the three chords would be an A minor, a D minor, and an E minor. So you can think of that as a minor 1, a minor 4, and a minor 5. Now if you wanted to transpose this and play it in another key, like the key of G for example, you just shift everything down. So you have a G minor, a C minor, and D minor. You can see how it all relates back to that one chord. So going back to the A minor then, if I look at making that chord shape here where I'm barring on the 5th fret, I think of my 5th fret as the root fret, and that means the minor pentatonic scale, pattern 1, for the key of A is right here. You can see how it relates to that 5th fret. So all these notes we're about to learn are right out of that minor pentatonic scale, pattern 1. And I'm just mentioning that because it's important to know where the notes come from, so you're not just memorizing something. So that you can start to use this in your own playing when you're improvising. Okay, so here's the first part we're going to learn. We're just going to get that down first. So I start with my ring finger and I start on the 5th fret, 4th string, and I slide up to the 7th fret. And by the way, the right hand is only downstrokes, so you're not doing alternate picking. Makes it a little easier. So downstroke there. Then I bar the first 3 strings on the 5th fret, but I'm only playing strings 2 and 3. So we're back to the 7th fret, 4th string. And then I collapse this finger so that I'm barring the first 4 strings with my ring finger on the 7th fret so that I can play strings 2 and 3 on this fret. So now it sounds like this. Now if you're having a hard time at this point, just stop there, and this is true of any material that you're learning, and just loop it over and over again, just that part. Until it starts to become fluid. Now after that, we go back to the 5th fret, strings 2 and 3, back to the 7th fret, 4th string, and now we're back to the 5th fret again, so we're just kind of going back and forth. You can see a lot of repetition here. Now after the 5th fret, strings 2 and 3, we go back to the 7th fret, strings 2 and 3, and then I do this. I do a bend there, and I'm actually pulling. Look at how I'm pulling those 2 strings with my ring finger. Now I'm doing this on an acoustic guitar. It's a little more difficult than it would be on an electric, but it's doable. This is a 12 gauge string on this guitar, so it's, you know, it's not super thin. It's sort of middle of the road, I guess. Let me do that slowly. And then to conclude that, I went. That's the last part of it. 5th fret, strings 2 and 3, 7th fret, 4th string, 5th fret, 4th string, and then back to the 7th fret, 4th string. And that's the whole lick. Once you learn that in one place, you can just take that same lick and play it over the other chords. So let me back up now and play through that one more time over the A chord. Okay, now we go to the 4 chord, and I mentioned a D minor, right? Well, to make this easy, I'm just thinking of that chord shape, everything that we played over that chord, and we slide it up to here. So your D minor chord would be here using the same chord shape. So now our root fret is the 10th fret. So now we're going to play that same lick. And you'll find it's a little easier to bend at this position on the neck. So let's back up from the A. Through that twice. Now the D. Back to the A. Then we go to the E. And for that, it's the same thing. So I'm sliding now up to the, so I'm thinking the E minor chord, which I don't have a cutaway on this guitar, but that would be the root fret would be your 12th fret. So we slide up to the 14th fret on the 4th string, and we play. Same little thing that we did before, we just cut it short. Now we're going to slide that down to the 4 chord, or the D minor. So you can see it's the same lick repeated. And then back. Now one alternate, if this is too high for you on your guitar, you're having a hard time with your hand button into the body of the guitar, you could play the E down here. You could go and then come up and do the D up here. So you can see that what I did down here was just an octave lower than what I played up here. So that's the whole thing. It's a really fun little rhythm. Try playing it in the key of A, and then try playing it in a different key, just to kind of start to test yourself and see if you can transpose this. And then put on a jam track, a minor jam track, and start to use these licks. I got that one from Chuck Berry. If you ever listen to what he does, a lot of double string bends like that. So one more time, just as for the record, I'll play through it slowly. Here we go.